When we last left the investigators, there was a moment of joy as they held in their hands, specifically Schmidt, the baby that was lost. That joy was quickly shattered as the parents were reduced to dust. But things got worse. For out of a hole close by, a huge, horrifying beast has emerged, a worm-like entity of vast size, with tendrils coming out of its mouth, and a chanting. With it has come a chanting, ethereal and unnatural. Introduce yourselves, investigators, in no particular order.
Hi, my name's
playing
Mary
Violet Carter.
Poppins. I'm Mary Poppins, and I play Martin Schmidt.
Half right.
I am Clive Warren, and... No, I'm Rufus. I play Stravinsky. I haven't prepared this time. I forgot to prepare a good one.
Oh no. And finally...
I'm Halloween, and I play Daniel Grant.
Hey! Now, the first thing we need to have happen is I need everyone, barring Schmidt, to roll me a sanity check, because you have...
We get summary of our positions and what happened in the previous turn.
You'll be rolling a sanity check because where you currently are is that you are in a cave. This is the first... There were two caves you initially found. This is the one you poked your head into first. You have just emerged from a small tunnel off the main cave where you found part of the golden disc that you found another part of. To your left is a hole, roughly about 10 feet away from you, which this massive worm-like creature has emerged from. Ahead of you, about 30-35 feet, is the entrance that you use to emerge into this cave the first time round. That tunnel leads to the house. Further to your right is another tunnel that you didn't go down, about 40 feet away, and about 60-70 feet away across the cave is a group of serpent people. Most of them are deformed in some manner, except for one that is clad in robes, fully standing upright, and that was the one that killed the MacRaes, and was doing some chanting that ended up, you can imagine, summoning this thing that is 10 feet away from you. And if you want a point of reference, if you're going to guess how, large it is in terms...
How much 10 feet is?
No. I'm referring to its size. If you want to know how big this thing is, because I have its size here, you guess at a glance that this thing is probably about 850 kilograms or so. This thing
850 kilograms?
Kilograms. It's massive.
I had an uncle like that.
It's large, is what I'm trying to give you that weight so that you can see how...
It's a big boy.
Now,
The
that...
chanting is still going, right?
The chanting is not coming from the serpent person, but the creature itself. It is ethereal and unnatural, and there's nothing of its...
Was there not any chanting before? What?
The serpent was chanting.
And then it showed up and took over for him, like a backup
It's a
chanter.
different chant.
Oh, I see.
This chant is very otherworldly and strange. And hypnotic. I want everyone but Schmidt to roll me sanity checks, please. And I will roll for you.
Am I still holding the baby?
You are still holding the baby.
Good.
39.
39, that is a pass. You have also passed, Stravinsky. What about Violet?
23.
Ooh, you're all very lucky. You all passed.
Seen weirder.
And just to show you the ramifications of how bad failing could have been, for passing, you all lose 3 sanity. So, Violet has gone down to 43, Daniel has gone down to 47, and
All I hear is shrill shrieking behind me.
Stravinsky has gone down to 40.
Yes.
Anybody who has Cthulhu Mythos can roll Cthulhu Mythos up for me, please.
Do me.
Including me or only the people there?
You're not looking. If you want a Mythos roll, you've got to look.
9.
Nope.
9! You have no idea, Stravinsky.
98.
You have no idea.
I did it.
Right. You, however, Daniel, have an inkling as to what this thing is. When you were reading the book Monsters and Their Kind, this thing was referenced. A creature which can survive even the depths of a volcano. It is referred to as a Chthonian.
Ugh.
They,
Oh, right, you kite these with a bow.
They the other information that it says is that the person writing it believed that many of the quakes in the world, earthquakes, are caused by these creatures dancing. And that they have the
It reminds me. Sorry.
they have the ability to and those that are unfortunate enough to be within their vicinity for long periods of time can be enticed to join their dance for all eternity.
The nature of the chant coming from this thing has suddenly sort of changed in my mind. It's more el cha cha cha.
No, this thing, this chant corresponds to no known hymn or even some notes some of these notes don't even correspond to anything you've ever heard.
Okay, so it's not compelling us to get down and boogie.
No, right now it's horrifying and disjointed and unnatural, and your sanity loss, fortunately, was more due to how horrifying this thing is, how suddenly it appeared, and the strange chanting. It's not your go, however. It's not your go, I believe we ended with the serpent person, didn't we? The serpent person finished his
I think
go.
I just fucked up. Clyca dodged.
No, we'd gone round and the serpent person had finished his turn and then the creature had appeared. So, we will go with Schmidt, because Schmidt is the highest otherwise.
I mean, always high, baby.
You have many options. There is
No, I only have one option, which is keep running. I have a baby.
You're going to keep running. Are you running towards the tunnel that you know will take you to the exit?
Yes.
You are running. Okay, that is, you easily managed to make it just into the mouth of that exit.
Oh, okay.
Because you were already running the previous round.
Yes.
Stravinsky, you are presented with this horrifying creature.
I thought I just tossed something so they would get to shoot me before I could do anything.
They're not shooting you.
Okay. It's my testicles retreated, thinking that everyone had a turn on me. Anyway, okay. Well, I mean, we have what we need, right?
You have a piece of a disc. You have the baby.
I say leave.
You're going to start moving. Okay. It's going to take you a little longer than it... basically, it's going to take you the same amount of time that it took Schmidt, but Schmidt had a round ahead of you guys.
Well, I'm also carrying the thing. It's heavy.
It's heavy. Daniel.
Yes.
You know what this thing is. You know it's a Chthonian. You know that it burrows deep in the ground. You know that it can survive the heat of volcanoes. And it's looking right at you, you think. It doesn't have any eyes, but you think it's looking at you.
Well, I agree with the whole bucket option, I think.
You agree with the bucket option. Right. You're going to start running. It's its turn. And it is going to try and grab you. More of its body emerges from this hole in the ground. There is a lot to this creature. And with its 8 tendrils that are in its sort of maw, it's going to try and grab people.
Yeah, they got sort of kind of a nautilus mouth-ish thing, as far as I recall.
I will see how many attacks it's going to try and get. Ooh. 2 of its tendrils get caught on a rocky outcrop as it tries to lash out, but the other 6 go for you, and they are split evenly. So let's see. Ooh. Okay. All right. Right, let's see. I'm going to roll with these. Violet. Its tendrils are way off when they try and hit you. So the two tendrils that tried to grab for you completely miss. One of them is looks like it's going to potentially get you, Daniel, if you wish to try and dodge.
What other options do I have?
Potentially get hit.
So dodge
really-
or get hit.
Dodge or get
Not
hit.
really an option then, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can give it a go. Roll me dodge.
What's dodge?
You have a dodge of 50%.
That's unfortunate. I just rolled 83.
Ooh. Okay. Okay, that's fine. And Stravinsky, do you want to roll dodge?
How badly is Daniel off?
What do you mean? These
Well,
are happening
it-
simultaneously, so you can't.
Okay, I'm not seeing him getting. Oh,
No,
so-
these
okay, well,
these
yeah,
tendrils
dodge,
all
dodge,
go off at
okay.
once. You're going to dodge
Dodge
one of
then.
them.
Yeah.
Okay, both you and Daniel are hit by one of them.
Oh.
Ooh. Daniel, you take 8 points of damage. Let's put you down to 4.
Does that knock me out?
No, it doesn't. If you take like 1 or 2 more points of damage, you would be knocked out. I'll describe what happens once you've damage has been rolled. And Stravinsky, you take 7.
Trying to find my health. There. Okay, 7. Fuck, I can't math.
You take 7.
13 minus 7.
Yeah, so you're now at
Okay,
6. What happens is the creature is less trying to grab you and more thrashing out wildly with them. So you two are caught by one of the tendrils apiece, and these things hurt. They don't just hurt from the sheer blunt trauma. There is a sort of suction to them that's not just like it's trying to grab you, it's trying to draw something from your very skin as these tendrils brush against you. You are... Let's see. I want you to both roll me, if you can, a D100, and we're comparing it against... I'm making
me.
a dex check for you to see if you can actually stay standing.
Do me.
Okay.
Mhm.
Am I in any way
89.
helped by
18.
having a large gold plate in my backpack? That was turned
No, you're
towards
actually...
it?
You're not. You're both okay.
No,
you're both
no
alright.
tanking with
No,
the
this
large
was a,
golden plate?
This was a not a very
Uh,
difficult thing to pass.
What, even with 89?
Yeah, it's sort of pushing you in the because you're running away from it. It's getting you in the back more than anything. So your sheer momentum and panic is keeping you running. But you
Nice.
did stumble. You have most certainly stumbled. So it's going to be a little bit difficult for you to get to the mouth of the cave as quickly unless you're going to risk going faster, which will involve some quick footing.
This thing is between us and the serpent men right now, right?
No, actually, it's behind. It's actually the serpent people are like on the entire opposite side of the cave. This thing's in the corner to your left. The serpent people are to your right. The serpent people aren't blocking your way out.
No, but I was just wondering if at least it blocked their shot. but I
It
guess
is not blocking their shots. No.
Okay.
Violet,
Yep.
you haven't started moving yet. This thing has lashed out at you. It's missed.
Where am I?
You are about 10 feet away from it. You could start running, if you like. Everyone else is running towards the cave.
Did you say 10 feet?
It's 10 feet away from you. Yeah, it's a couple meters.
I think the only option here is I gotta hit him with the sword.
Running is a choice
mean-
too.
Luke, leg it. I
How
don't want to lose the sword.
All right, I'll leg it. Probably wiser to leg it.
Probably wise.
I mean, I don't really know. I don't know anything about it. I don't even know if the sword would work. So I suppose I should probably just leg it.
It'd probably work if you had forever, and it didn't hit you. It's like
Now,
fight
as
the leg
you're
at the
running,
time.
A few of the deformed serpent people are going to try and take shots at you.
They can't hit me. I'm too small.
No, you're not.
I'm
You're not-
tiny, dude.
You're not too small, but they are not the best shots. Oh, they are not the best shots.
I'm
Half
assuming
of
lightning is also hard to hit with.
they're trying to hit you. They are all dreadful shots. Those the deformed ones. Then it is the turn of the serpent person that is not so deformed. The serpent person does not raise its gun. Instead, it decides to it raises its free hand and clenches its fist, and then pushing the palm forward, flexes its fingers and utters a syllable that racks your mind, Violet.
Oh no, not again.
You need to roll me a D100 because this is an opposed magic. This is an opposed check based on your magic points because this thing's trying to cast a spell on you.
All right, let's see what happens. 23. Could be worse.
Ooh. For a moment, you hear the already very quiet, maddening words of all the things you've experienced over your adventures. They're always ever present in your mind now. But,
I'll be 2 seconds.
But for a moment, they are forcibly wrenched forward as a maddening chant of babble and insanity. But you quickly quell it in your mind. You shut it out. For a brief moment, you feel as if you were going to go mad, but it doesn't happen.
Accidentally unmuted the public chat in PUBG for a second.
We'll sort something out about that afterwards, Violet. Once we're out of this combat situation, but initiative goes back round. It's Schmidt. Schmidt, you are in the You're just in the entrance of this cave. If you this tunnel, if you carry on down the tunnel running, you will get to the intersection that leads to the house.
Yeah, I wanna get out of the whole cave system.
You're doing that, right? Victor, you have two choices here. You can either carry on at the speed you were at before, which will still leave you in potential line of fire of the serpent people, or you can try and run faster, which has the risk of you stumbling and
Was
falling.
Daniel not going before me?
You both have the same initiative.
Daniel, por favor.
What about me, sorry?
Stravinsky wants you first in the thing.
It's unfortunately that's not how that works.
I was about to say I don't think it works like that.
That doesn't work like that. This is the order you're
Well,
going in.
If we have the same initiative, can't we choose?
No, I've set it up as you first, so you're going slightly first.
Well,
You
okay,
can count it
then,
as going at the same time, but either way, you can't.
Okay, the full speed then, I guess.
Full
Stravinsky
speed.
would, if he had a choice, try to be the last one out. Make sure Daniel's in before he goes.
You are so
Since I don't have a choice.
You are so intensely focusing on your footing that you move with grace and dexterity that you had never thought you had.
Bionic Man. Running
Daniel,
fast,
you doing the same?
What, legging it into the
Legging it as
clothing?
fast
Yeah.
as you possibly can. Yep, roll me a D100 then.
What do I need for this?
Just roll me a D100. This is a dex-based check.
80.
80. What is your dex? Yeah, that's okay. You had
How's
to.
Dex calculated for that, since it's usually
I'm just timesing it. It's like it's a dex times something roll.
Okay.
So it's not hard for you. It's one of these rolls where chances are low you're gonna fail, but you could. And someone with a very low dex would be much more likely to. You also are running as fast as you can, and that hit on your back really hurts.
Yeah, I
For
bet.
both of you, it really hurts. The creature. The creature is still has a. What the creature I think is going to do.
Roll for disappointment.
No, the creature is going to try and. Ooh, that's not a good roll. Creature is going to try and lash out at the one that it still can, which is Violet. But it does have to
Not
move.
again.
Fortunately for you, Fortunately for you, it is a terrible at hitting you right now, because what it's doing at this instance is it's moved further out, and it's trying to lash at you, but it's just mistiming it, because you're actually actively trying to move a bit away from it as it is moving, I presume, and it misses wildly again. One of those rolls is 99. It missed really badly. Violet, you don't need...
Knock roll to see if it hits a serpent person instead?
What do you say?
Too far away. I said, Violet, you don't need to run extra fast to get to the exit. You can get there without risking falling over.
Okay.
And as you're doing this, they take one final set of shots at you. Nope. Wildly out. We shall put you out of initiative for the moment, as you all clamber frantically into the tunnel and run, I presume, back to the house.
Mm-hmm.
Schmidt is there are you waiting for them, or are you just running straight out of the house, Schmidt?
No, I'm waiting, because there's nothing else.
You're waiting just,
Our bullshit wasn't triggered up there, the little thing.
Trying to hear if I'm trying to listen if I can hear the others coming up.
You hear the others running down the corridor after you.
I wait for them there in the house.
You very quickly emerge in the room with the beds.
Our noise trap wasn't triggered?
No, it was not.
Okay.
You do not know if these things are chasing you.
How quickly can I first aid Daniel?
Now if you like.
Sure.
Can I do it myself?
I'm better at that, at least.
Let's see. Yeah, he's what he does very quickly, as soon as you get into the corridor, is he just grabs a bandage and hastily applies it to you. It's a hasty job, but it's an effective job. You restore 3 points of health, Daniel.
Oh, nice.
You're back up to 7. That wound looks like, you saw it very briefly, Strabisky. That wound looks terrible, but it may look worse than it is. But it's still terrible because there's a lot of blood.
Up to ease his worry.
You don't know if these things are still chasing you. What do you want to do?
How blockable does the door look?
You could move the cupboard back. You could move other things as well.
Can we throw the cupboard down the corridor so they'd have to climb over it?
If you really like, but it was the cupboard that was blocking the door originally.
Does it open out or in?
The door opens out.
Okay, well, block that shit.
Right, you're gonna move it again. Yeah, it doesn't take you long. The adrenaline is still pumping hard in all of you.
Any lamp oil or anything anywhere near?
Ooh, is there any lamp oil anywhere? Yes, there is a lamp.
Slather the barricade in that. Just because if they try to lightning gun it, they're gonna burn. Fuck them.
Okay. Oh, no, sensible idea. You slathered it, you smash the lantern over it.
We should leave.
You should.
Yes.
You emerge out of the house. There is no one waiting for you. Now I have an interesting question for you. Does anyone know the way back?
New, actually.
And
What about time is it? Is it still day?
It's dark. It was getting dark when you got here.
Dark is not a good time for that fucking thing that was chasing us.
But there's also something potentially chasing you the other way.
And there are more exits.
So...
Well, the good thing is they're probably going to assume we're going to beeline and know where we're going. So if we get lost, they're less likely to cut us off.
You do have a map, but you don't know where you are. Like, you know roughly where you are on the map. The problem is, do you know which direction you need to go relative to...
Well, it's dark, right?
It's dark.
I'm assuming Violet has astronomy.
Does Violet have astronomy? Is that the skill that she would use to consult with that?
She'd be able to find north at least.
Would she?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Do you have astronomy? No, Violet
I do
doesn't.
not, alas.
Nobody. People are willing to roll on astronomy if they like. It is a 1% skill.
Sure. See if I can spot the North Star like a 12-year-old.
Nope. Anyone else want to roll astronomy?
Not with the 1%, no.
You could succeed.
Yeah, go on then, why not? No, 54.
No. Okay then. In that case, I would like people to roll me a half knowledge roll. As in, you're aiming for half of your knowledge stat.
Do me.
81, so I can
No.
presumably not.
No on you as well. Violet, roll me a d100.
I got a 65.
Mm-mm.
What about me?
I will roll you. You, on the other hand, you know. This
Always come through in
this
a clutch.
was part of your training. In case you get lost, this is the way thing that will guide you home. The North Star. It doesn't take you long to find the North Star.
Nice. So which direction do we need to go from there?
You are currently facing. If I check this map, you are currently facing south. And if you want to get home, you want to head more east and a little south. When you get to the river is to the south, or the lock's to the south, and if you follow the lock east,
Well,
the river, you eventually get home.
Well, I point out the direction to everybody and say we should head out.
Now you have two choices. The way that you came, which will lead you to the lock, goes through the forest. Alternatively, you can decide to go east, which will take you over some very desolate hills with very little cover.
Well, if we're gonna be running from that thing that can just straight at us, water is something that will basically block us completely. Hills might do it, but it would depend. I don't know. Yeah.
You're not entirely sure, Daniel, how fast these things move underground. You
It
know
would
that
also
Forest sounds like the appropriate way, doesn't it?
more sense near water because tunnels would be more likely to flood around there as well, so they would probably have less exits.
Although we ran into a nasty whirly creature in the forest last time.
Yeah, swirly.
you did.
By the way, have I still got all the books that I scooped up?
Yes, you still have them.
Yes, good.
The baby's
As long
being
as I didn't
quiet,
use
I
my
hope.
books.
The baby is being very quiet right now.
Is it dead? Could we check?
It is not dead.
Oh.
You don't need to roll any sort of checks for me to tell you that the baby is not dead.
Oh.
Good.
What do you think, man?
I think forest is probably the way forward.
Yeah, I'd say the forest is where we
Yeah,
should go.
probably as well. Do I have time to? Has the moment passed to first aid myself? I don't want to leave.
Yeah,
a
the
trail of
moment has
blood.
passed.
Okay.
You only really have the opportunity to do it once.
Well, I could do it, can I? Or is that
You have
still
you
no?
have you have to do it like pretty much immediately.
still
You were being treated while he was treating. You were being
Kika
treated
was
while he was
nice.
treating you.
letting me do it after we got up.
Yeah, technically you shouldn't have been able to have done it because in the time that you were, the thing happened, you were running for your life. You have to do it pretty much the next round after the injury.
Yeah.
So you only have the time to do it for one person.
Mm.
So you're gonna go through the forest.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anyone leading in particular?
I don't feel too good.
Ditto.
Schmidt or Violet?
Sorry, I was just quickly peeing. What was the question?
Who is leading through the forest?
Well, I have a baby, so I'll stay in the middle.
I think I haven't taken any damage,
No, you
and I have the sword, so I guess I might as well go first at the
All
moment.
right, you're gonna go first.
Probably the safest option.
Lanterns or no lanterns, boys? Are we sneaking it?
If it's dark,
It's already going to be difficult for you to navigate through as it is without.
and we're injured, so it's probably best to
I'm
have
also
lantern.
holding a baby.
I'll let you know that if you decide to do this without light, your rolls are going to be even harder to navigate.
Yeah, because the lizard people use light, so they're not that good at seeing in the dark. I guess we'll just be keeping an eye out for their lights.
Okay, so I take it Violet is leading. You decide to head into the forest. The forest's canopy is... Only now do you realise how thick its canopy is. Looking up to try and find a North Star, you can barely see it most of the time, or any stars at all. If this wood was sinister and foreboding before, at night it is even more so. Nothing is moving, except the occasional rustling of trees and a hoot of an owl every once in a while, but even that is strangled almost.
Well,
Violet,
as long as there's animal noises. If they go quiet, we should worry.
I want you to make me, Violet, a navigate roll.
Navigate roll?
Do you have navigate?
I don't think I do.
It is a flat 10% then.
A decent base.
Well, I got a casual 87, so
Okay.
You know.
You start moving. You're going through and over trees and logs, and it takes you about, you're going for about 10-15 minutes, and you've seen that stump before, Violet. You passed that
Oh
before.
no. I say we're lost and I tell someone else to tell us where to go. Because I obviously don't know where we're going, so I really shouldn't be leading.
So none of us military men have a compass.
I don't think I have one with me, no.
No, I don't think anyone
You-
specifically brought a compass with them. That would be
With
something
that
I'd have
done.
definitely had to say that you'd have brought
Yeah. Reminder to self: bring compass.
Okay.
Next time.
for next time. Is anyone else going to try and navigate?
Yeah. Well, I mean, might as well try. Well, the thing is, like,
Yeah, 10%. Let's give it a go. That would be a 52.
You start leading. Eventually, you make your way into there's a small clearing that you find, because you stumble across it more than find it, and in this clearing you can actually see the North Star. Finally,
Yay.
you think you can navigate, you can figure out where you're going, and it is at this point that Schmidt hears. Schmidt has been listening, as you said, to the animal sounds.
Always.
No, you said specifically you were listening to the animal sounds.
That's true.
They have gone deathly silent now.
Okay, I quickly tell everybody to hold up, and I say that I just stopped hearing any animal sounds. Like we're in a complete silence zone. Something is up. Like keep your eyes peeled, look around, and I of course I do my signature move, which is 360 degrees spot hidden. 360 no scope spot hidden.
You know what to listen
There's
to.
no way it can go wrong.
You know what to listen for, Schmidt. You heard it before.
Oh no, it's the fucking.
You
isn't
hear
it?
just over the sound of the rustling of the leaves. You hear that strange hum.
Oh god.
Hummus,
I whisper
hummus,
to
hummus.
everybody, it's the hum. The hum is back. It's that invisible thing that eats everything up. What do we do?
You can't tell where it's coming from. You just know it's close.
What do we do? Then the baby goes, "Wah."
No, baby's asleep.
In my arms in the
Yep,
forest.
Baby's
Yeah.
asleep.
The trees are very like close and dense here, right?
They are quite dense.
So
So we can't
Dense
tell where it's
enough
coming from
that-
at all.
dense enough for it to
Not at
sneak
the moment,
through them,
no.
or would it have to
From
nibble some
your
of them?
memory, you'd probably notice if a thing was coming from the trees. With how dense
It's
it
underground then probably. And this thing, how much has, because that was Hase, I think. How much has Strabinsky actually seen this thing?
is. You have never seen this thing before.
Oh, okay, never mind. I know nothing.
You've
Shut
never
up.
seen it.
I make Tim Allen also look around.
Well, we need to just, I guess we need to keep just carrying on for the time being if we can't tell where it is.
Violet,
Yes.
you spot very briefly to your left a flash of something in the light, the moonlight. It's gone when you look again.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. I tell the boys.
Okay, I try to spot that if I can see it.
What kind of flash? Blue? Fire?
It was more like a reflective sort of flash.
Oh, it's Predator.
You don't spot anything, Schmidt.
Hmm.
It's just that buzz. And annoyingly, Schmidt, it's not getting louder or quieter.
It's the same. Like,
It's just
That
fucking
was-
creeping on us.
well, it's not getting louder or anything, so
You can
Like, we
hear
should
it
Does
just
now.
anyone have any like skills that would help us here?
You can hear it now, Daniel.
I can teleport if you give me the baby.
wait.
No,
as if
I
you need
no.
the baby as teleport fuel, or what is this?
Sort of. We
Oh,
might
I
all
see.
turn into 12-year-olds in
Daniel,
the process.
Yeah.
you think you know where it is.
Where do I think it is?
You think it's above you coming down.
Can I
Oh.
spot something? Can I?
You can look, but you remember these things were invisible.
I mean, can I see like leaves going or tree?
You're in
moving,
you're in a clearing,
Let's not be in a clearing.
but you can,
Well, I let everyone know that it's coming from above us. We need to book it.
you need to book it, right? You know which way is south, so you can run south if you want to.
What's the fastest way to get to people?
The fastest way
No.
to get to people directly would be to try and go east, slightly east and slightly south through the woodland, which is a pretty straight path towards the village. But you'd have to go through the woods, and you wouldn't have the lock and a river as reference.
Do we know if this thing will just go to the village with us and eat everyone?
You don't.
Hmm.
Well, spooky creatures don't normally worry about being on the front page of the newspaper.
No.
Normally don't.
Probably can't take a picture of it either, no matter how Swedish you are.
I want, since you've realised it's above you, and you've had a brief conversation, I want actions from you all now. What are you going to do?
Well, I would say leg it. Do we
Okay, so
know
what
where we're
what have we
going?
got? Who's hurt and who has stuff that can fight that they can fight with? Who's got the elephant gun?
You learnt
you can't
before the
fight.
elephant gun did nothing against this. The only thing that you think might hurt it is your sword.
Did my elephant gun explode? I forget.
One of the
We had
elephant
two.
guns.
We had two.
One of the elephant guns
them
had a problem, but you definitely have one that works. As for who is wounded, you know that both Daniel and Strubinsky are wounded.
I'm not well.
Daniel has been bandaged. Strubinsky has not been bandaged. They are keeping up with you, but they are clearly in pain.
Well, do we know which direction to go in if we were to run?
If you run, if you go south, you know which way is south and you know which way is east. South will get you to Block and potentially past the ruins, and east with a little bit of south will get you towards the village.
Well, I mean, the smartest thing would probably be to split up and then go in the direction so that they can at least only chase one of us and see who it actually goes for. But having the golden tablet and one person having a baby that we could potentially lose and need uppicking by other people would make that not so great. So just leg it.
South.
Yeah. I
South-
think just. We're probably better off sticking together. I mean,
Yeah.
in which horror movie have you seen where splitting up tends to save them?
Well,
We
South,
could leave the baby behind as bait.
south,
That
or,
works.
south or east.
whichever we were going in
Or
already.
you could go north. You could go back the way you came, or west. It's but those are the two
Well-
choices that will either get you to Block or to the
Well-
village.
We were going east already, weren't we?
You were going south, actually.
Okay, south then.
What's
I
the
mean,
distance that we're talking about here, though?
The distance you are talking about. Good question.
Do
If
we
you
know?
you could guesstimate.
I can use architecture.
You're talking if you want to get to Block, you might be talking a mile, maybe a mile and a bit. If you want to
We've
get to
got to
Canik, you're probably talking about 5, maybe 6 miles.
It's a pretty big distance. Then.
It's a big distance, and
This thing's pretty quick as well, if I remember right.
this thing's actually quite slow. You remember this? The thing that is
Oh,
crackling.
the thing. Yeah, it follows us in the house. Yeah, you're right.
It's
actually.
slow.
Yeah, but I mean,
So
if
we
were
right now.
if we were heading in one direction and it attacks us from above, that like the panic thing would be to just run faster in the direction we're already going. Wouldn't
So
make sense to run back.
so
so-
continuing to run south then, by the sounds of it.
That's what I would do if panicked in said situation.
Okay, so you're just running south.
Goodbye, boys.
Is anyone following him?
I mean, have we? Does he say what he's doing?
Did he just start running south?
But I mean, it was the direction we were going.
I think
We
he's
need
just-
to stay together.
I think he's
for
just
obvious
running.
reasons.
I think he's just running, by the sounds of it.
Are people running east? Are we considering east?
I thought we were going south.
I thought we were going south, yeah.
Yeah, so I run south.
Yeah, so let's,
Yep.
I'm not
Just-
sure why people are confused.
You're running
let's
south.
just go south
All right.
then. Yeah.
In that case, everyone, let's collectively run south like heroes. Gotta keep
As
the book safe, boys.
you are running, there is a gunshot.
Oh, it's old man at home wasn't before.
There is a gunshot, and this is being aimed. Daniel, do you want to dodge?
Oh god.
This is being
Take
aimed.
it.
This is being aimed at you.
I mean,
Take
how
it
would I
like a man.
know, though?
You wouldn't know, but does anyone want to dodge?
I mean, I'm happy to dodge, but why would I know to dodge?
'Cause
So
you're
you're
here-
injured.
You're hearing a gunshot, pretty much.
I guess
Yeah,
it's
but-
your military
Yeah, but-
reflexes.
Okay,
the
then.
cock or
The
Alright.
way
cock
the
or
guns
click of the
work,
gun.
at the point that we hear the gunshot, the
It'll
bullet
already
is
hit us,
already
yeah.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, but Daniel's a military man,
Okay.
right? He heard the cocking echo right before the shot, so he flinches.
Okay,
Right,
then
right.
that's fine. That's fair enough. You make a fair point. There is a gunshot. You hear something whistle past you. All of you. It's a familiar sounding gunshot, Daniel.
Oh.
It's very
Rifle?
familiar. It's from your gun. It's from a gun that's pretty much the same caliber as yours.
What, pistol?
You
Yeah.
wanna shoot yourself?
Oh my god, our evil clones. No, neither of us.
Well, we haven't got anything to worry about then, because you ain't gonna hit diddly shit after like a little bit. So
We're talking about you.
yeah, but
No.
it's a gun similar to mine, not me shooting it.
That bullet probably just flew past us and killed Lincoln somewhere.
Kiko, can I tell where the shot came from and spot something?
You're already running. It would be
No, I'm
very
already-
difficult. I'll roll it, but no. You're too busy
Well-
running to know.
Okay.
I'm assuming Daniel has the lantern if he was the one the shot was closest to.
Well, I did say I was gonna light the way. So,
You did
yeah,
say it was gonna light the
yeah.
way, but
Maybe
you're running
maybe
at this
we-
point.
maybe we get rid of that.
You're running at this point.
I don't know.
We can put the lantern out, but again, I'm slow anyway, so it's not gonna make a huge. I imagine not gonna be particularly good at dodging right now, regardless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm presuming since you have the light right now, you're sort of doing the navigating right now, Daniel, because you can see the best.
You did tell me I was.
Yep, and I've just rolled your navigate roll. I rolled everyone's navigate roll, but you're the one that, you, as you are running frantically, you're the one that is illuminating the way. You're pointing out gnarled roots as you spot them. You're indicating to tree branches. And every now and again, you spot that star that Schmidt pointed out to you. There is another shot that rings out from behind you. This shot is a lot closer. And it again, while you all hear it whiz past, you, Daniel, hear it actually impact in a tree right next to you.
How many lanterns have we got?
You have at least one. I presumed you had two.
Alright, I suggest then that this is where we do split up a little bit then. If we light both lanterns, I'll take one way, and you guys go the other.
All right. Who's
All
going
right.
with whom?
Mm,
Who needs the?
Both head south.
I mean,
We'll just split up slightly to avoid getting hit, preferably.
Okay.
I
you
go
reckon?
wherever Daniel isn't. We don't want the
I
two
mean-
lowest health dudes in the same group.
I presumably should go with go with the baby because I've got the sword.
Right. So in which case,
Alright, it's me and then those guys again then. Okay.
all right. So it's Schmidt and Violet and Stravinsky and Daniel.
But we're the wounded ones.
Yep. But
No, Stravinsky said he wasn't going with me, so it'd just be me, I assume.
well,
Oh. No. Okay, I go with you.
I'll go with Daniel with the baby.
Well, I'm trying to draw fire away from the baby, preferably.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, no, then I'll stay, of
I
course.
mean, we
yeah.
could use the baby. We can get the baby to hold the lantern if you want.
I could
Here,
roll the
baby, hold
baby's
this.
strength. It might
Hold
not
this and
work.
dangle this. Hold this, baby.
Just draw a bullseye on the baby.
Drunkest
love it.
baby you west.
I mean, come with me if you want. If not, don't worry. Like, I was planning, like, we split up slightly, so we preferably avoid all of us getting shot.
Yeah. Well, I come with then. If
All
nobody
right.
else does.
You split
then-
up. You activate
Put
your
the two low
lanterns. You
health
split up
in one
slightly.
group.
You try to keep within sight of
We
each
still
other
yeah,
with
exactly,
the
yeah.
lantern light, and you are running. This will quickly determine who this person is after, if anyone in particular. Considering
Can we
you
still
know,
hear the crackling?
no, you cannot hear the crackling. The crackling very quickly disappeared. But as you start running, split up, Daniel, there is another shot that rings past you two again. Whoever it is has decided to go after you.
Okay,
there
can
is-
I do a hide?
Yes, you can do a hide roll.
I would like to do find the next thing we run past that would give me a better chance of hiding, and then when the guy chases Daniel, hopefully runs past me, I'm gonna shoot him.
All right. Okay, you're gonna. I will roll your
I
hide.
have a lot of health, and I have the golden things.
Oh,
It's
roll your
probably
hide
really
roll.
dumb if it goes wrong.
Okay, you hide.
Well, I guess I'll move slightly further down and put the lantern down then, like on the ground, so I can also sort of be
A
ready.
branch maybe, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, you're doing that. Are you gonna keep moving a little bit ahead, or are you gonna try and hide as well, Daniel?
No, so I was gonna move a little bit ahead and then put the lantern like up on a
He-
branch or something.
Mhm.
He's the other raptor. I'm the clever girl.
Okay.
I want to take cover like behind a tree because I need to try and like with the baby keep it safe and
You
try
hiding
to
as
spot.
well.
Been shaking it.
I'm pretty good in hiding.
You are pretty
Put,
good with hiding.
put dirt in its mouth to make it be silent.
You
I
find
have 86% hiding.
you find a position that you think is pretty concealed, and you hide in it. Violet, what are you doing?
I'm with Kleiker.
You are.
What do I see?
At the moment, a lot of dark and an illuminated area a little away from you, and you see that Kleiker has Schmidt has gone and hidden away not too far from you.
Or I'll join him.
Right,
mean,
I'm
not
gonna
as
roll
I
your
can do, I
hide.
guess.
Okay.
Oh god, I'm huge.
You hide. Or you think you're hidden. Like
That's very comforting.
Just
I
sticking
can't
up
tell
between the
you
trees.
if you are hidden or not. Such is the nature of hide.
And also such is the nature of my lack of stealth, I
Are
guess.
Are you making any effort to hide yourself, Daniel?
Somewhat. No, not really. Actually, no, not
Yeah,
particularly.
you're drawing him, so.
Yeah.
Not really. Okay, so you're staying out in the open.
I mean, this guy's fast. He's gaining on us with a pistol.
Well, you'd gain
so,
on us anyway. We're injured.
I guess. And I'm carrying a fucking 200 kilo gold.
Eventually, you hear what you hear in the distance. It's very dark. You can't actually see. Is you hear the sound of rustling and eventually a stop, and then you hear a voice that is so very familiar to you, Daniel. You thought you could get away from me, did you? Escape away across the seas?
Oh my god,
Well,
it's Kiko.
I found
Oh,
you.
yeah.
You thought
It's the
you were
Boston
being
buggerer.
clever, but I found you!
It's Hefty Helga.
You recognize this voice, Daniel. But it can't be. Is this
Stravinsky?
Daniel Weatherford?
Hello. It wasn't Daniel.
It's coming back to you now. Your confrontation in the farmhouse in Wales. The
no.
buzzing creature, the cultists you tried to destroy. You were
Yeah, we had
sure.
Daniel off. It was good
You were
times.
sure with the explosion that he'd have died, but clearly not.
Clearly, he has survived and randomly
Yes,
found
I need
us
to
in
cut
the
off his
forest.
finger.
How did he randomly find us in the forest?
How does anything happen in Cthulhu? Lots of coincidences and unluckiness.
Gigo, I
have to
take it
figure
because
out
he
who
just
is
shouted
Daniel.
It's
that
almost
out.
as if there's some kind of eldritch god ruining our lives, dude.
Seriously.
You can hear him, but you can't actually see him.
No, but I can pinpoint where it's coming from, right?
Only vaguely.
Only vaguely.
So who's Daniel and who's Mixer? We're.
Wait, which one's gonna be executed again?
Spoilers. Okay.
You didn't
I-
make. You didn't. I'd like to say that you didn't make it easy for me to find you, but you blundering idiots were like children to follow.
I mean, did it
Well-
cost you money to get like a bus pass or?
How nice that we're playing hide and seek then.
I mean, should we just shoot him?
Please don't reveal
You're
my
not
plan.
don't quite know
entirely
where
sure
yet.
where he is. You know he roughly in the vague area, but you don't know which tree he's behind, and you know
Sure,
he's
I've got
armed.
dynamite.
Throw a dynamite, that sounds good.
I would say that we should settle this like gentlemen, but I know there's more than one of you.
Well, what?
More?
What?
Well, what?
What?
You got silenced.
Oh no, he got killed.
Yeah,
You
got cut off
you got
mid-
cut
mid-
off in
mid-
the middle
mid-word.
of sentence.
Sorry. I would say that we should settle this like gentlemen, but I know there's more than one of you out there.
No, it's just me. Only I here.
Are you shouting that?
Yeah, that'll give it away. What do you want?
You dead.
Me?
Yes.
Oh.
Is it a Daniel thing? I get that.
It can be only one.
You can have him.
If you want the baby, we can pass it over.
I don't care about the baby. I don't care about what the hell you're doing. I just want
So
you.
You came to the house into nowhere just to sort of have a bit of revenge. It's a bit petty.
Who said I wasn't petty?
If you don't care about the baby, does that mean I can leave?
With the baby, yeah. Or leave the baby, it doesn't really matter.
We need to turn it in somewhere.
Violet.
Turn it upside down.
Violet, it does not take you at all long to realise that the longer you delay, the more likely it is that the vermin is slowly gaining on you up in the sky.
Yeah, maybe we can kick him.
I tell Daniel that we need to move fast because we can't stay here forever, and he's going to see us eventually.
You met up with Daniel?
Yeah, we're split up. though.
You're a distance away. The only person that's with you that you can tell it to is Schmidt. And by the way, Schmidt,
Yep.
And
you
the
think
baby.
you know a little better where he is, and you
Yeah,
could
I've-
try and sneak up to him?
Exactly. It's so funny. You literally just read my mind. I was about to say, I motion to Violet, and I give Violet the baby in hand, the baby that is sleeping and doesn't know that Klaika isn't holding it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And since I know about where he is, I take my wonderful sledgehammer that I have, and I slowly try and sneak in the direction where I think that he is, but like a little around it, like in such a way that, I might come in on his behind.
Wouldn't he be closer to Stravinsky? He was chasing Stravinsky and Daniel. Stravinsky hopped off and hid.
You
Daniel
can
kept
both
running a
try and
little bit.
sneak up on him if you like. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
this
gonna...
is-
I was
this
thinking
is
he'd run
in
past
the-
me, trying to get to Daniel and just be close.
No,
behind me,
he
just sitting there.
stopped. He stopped
Yeah.
somewhere beforehand.
This is in Cthulhu meters, so things are like.
You can
Yeah.
try and sneak up as well if you like.
No, I'm not good at sneaking. My element of surprise by him
mean,
going close to me is the only thing that really
My
work,
sneak
but
is 80, so I
You
try.
are You are
he
being
seems to know what we're doing, otherwise he wouldn't have stopped. So
You
I
are
don't think
being
s-
exceptionally quiet, Schmidt, as you
Oh.
crouch and move from cover to cover, making sure you don't step on crunchy leaves and twigs. As you slowly inch closer to where you think this man is.
This arouses Kiko?
No, this is Dan. This is Weatherford.
Oh. Oh, I can hear him. I can hear him breathing.
No, this is more for he's being quite loud when he's doing that.
Oh.
I'm not
Oh,
being
okay.
loud, but he's being loud.
Is he touching
Oh.
himself? That's kind
No,
of
he
creepy.
isn't.
technically you're never not.
You know, when you die, you're going to make a fabulous corpse, Daniel.
Please don't burn my corpse.
He really doesn't like you, Daniel.
What?
Really? I wonder why. I don't think I did a lot to him except killed all these dudes.
I
and shot
take
them
it Kiko since
And
he
shot
keeps
him
talking.
shot him in the face, as you recall.
He doesn't need a face. I tell him he's at least he's looking more attractive after the bullet to the face.
Yeah, try keep him talking. Try to rouse him up.
That doesn't just rouse conversation, that rouses a shot.
Does that mean I can tell where it's coming from?
You can tell where it's coming from, but it is aiming at you.
Oh yeah, can I see the light from
Oh,
the
it's
shot?
not hard to see the light.
That's 3 shots then. It's a 6-shooter.
Yeah. No, if it's the 1911, it's 7.
And he could potentially have had time to reload. But he has shot at you.
Did it miss?
No, it did not miss.
Oh.
Wow, you take 3 points of damage.
Oh, bummer.
Back and
rip
forth.
First
I ju-
stage.
What
I
he
just
has
put that
done,
blood in.
what he has done is he's just shot you, and but he was aiming for your head, and instead the shot has nastily grazed your cheek.